start of a new series. The setting is the city of Phoenix, and we're going to be covering homelessness and drug addiction, specifically meth and fentanyl, using Phoenix as a lens for what's happening in U.S. cities. A couple of weeks ago, I met a young man named Bobby. Bobby is a meth user and proposed that he and I spend the day together and I film essentially a day in the life of a homeless drug addict. And so he said, yeah, that sounds awesome. He had seen some of my content and he's like, I would love to do this. So this is going to be an interesting day. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll be going through with Bobby just essentially what a normal day of his looks like, you know, as we're in the downtown Phoenix area. I'm sure we'll be ranging around a little bit, seeing different things, but mostly the focus is going to be on what his life is like. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions, as I normally do, on various aspects of how he does what he does, what kind of gear he carries, what he spends his time doing, how he makes ends meet, all of that. So I am super excited about this. And we'll also be digging into a fair amount of kind of drug use and just getting his take on what's happening. One of the things that I want to focus on with this new series is the impact that the decreasing price of drugs is having on inner cities. The homelessness rate is, of course, on the rise. We're seeing the drug users using substantially more drugs, especially fentanyl, as the price of fentanyl has dropped. And so I think it's going to be a great opportunity to get an inside view of a lot of this. So I'm going to be getting up to the area where Bobby told me he likes to spend the night, and we'll see if we can find him, and basically just spend the day and film and ask lots of questions, and he'll be taking us through. It's a Saturday, and of course in Phoenix, and we're just pulling into downtown now. During the summer it's pretty hot, so it looks like weather forecast has us getting up to about 110 degrees today, with a low later on. I guess maybe the low today was early this morning, was going to be about 90. So 90 to 110 is our range, and we've got slight overcast, a little bit of cloud cover. So this is going to be a hot one, and this is one thing that I'm really interested to see, is just how everybody beats the heat doing this kind of thing. So, okay, we will click this on once we find Bobby. Okay, we are coming up on the area where Bobby said he would be spending the night. So we're in the we're in the warehouse district, just south of the major sports fields here in Phoenix. So right up the street here, right here, is the Footprint Center where the Suns play. And then if we were to go up and take a right, we would be at Chase Field where the Diamondbacks are at. Okay, so this is a set of railroad tracks that go through Warehouse District. And sure enough, okay, I think I see him up here. He's right about where he said he would be. And we had agreed to meet at 9. It's a few minutes before 9 now. So yeah, there he is. Okay, so I had been chatting with him down here yesterday. He was kind of indicating where he was going to be spending the night, where I could find him. And so one of the reasons that he stays here is because it's low foot traffic. He's also on the west side of the building, which means sun is rising over here. So he's basically in the shade for the night until the sun gets, 11 o'clock, and it's getting more overhead and then starting to beat down on him. So he says he can get a little bit more sleep by doing it this way. Another thing that he looks for is he likes to make sure that he's in a spot where there's some security cameras, which you can see up on the building up here. And that gives an extra kind of measure of safety, because if something was to happen, at least there would be video evidence of it. So I'm going to hang out here until it looks like he's going to wake up. I think he said he was going to set his alarm at 9, so we just got a few minutes to wait. All right, he's up. Good morning. Get around the jungle here. Good morning.
How are you?
Good. All right, so Bobby, did you sleep reasonably well?
Okay. I'm
Okay.
thirsty.
Thirsty. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we are going to be spending the day, as we talked about, basically just seeing what your life looks like. So we'll be rolling around Phoenix today, and we'll see what you do and how you meet needs and how you occupy your time and all the things. So
That's awesome.
yeah, eventually this will more or less become invisible because it's going to be
Yeah.
ubiquitous, and
Yeah.
then it'll just be like you and I running around doing the thing. So okay, can you tell us why here?
Why here?
Why here? So
No
this is
sun.
okay. No sun.
No,
We're on the side of the building where. So this is This is the east side of the building, west side of the building. So sun is rising over on the other side there, and so you get more shade here. And then there was one other reason, right? And that was cameras. Okay. Yep. Just to make sure that you've got some amount of cover. So awesome. Okay. Well.
I decided to use that cardboard last night, like you said, and I was like,
Okay.
It's actually pretty hot, so why not?
Okay. So the pavement had been
Hot.
in the sun. It was super hot. So
Yeah.
grabbing a piece of cardboard that was laying on the side allows for a little bit of insulation between you and that. Okay.
That's
Cool.
for sure.
Awesome.
I woke up and my water was like
Blown
knocked
over.
over.
I gotcha.
So I was like, no!
Okay. So it sounds like maybe first order of business is
Thirst.
find some water. Okay.
Thirst.
Cool.
Parched. You're parched.
Yes. Indeed. Okay, and it's Saturday today, so it's less occupied, less busy down here than probably during the weekdays. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
That's why, like, I choose it here, like, during the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think there was a Diamondbacks game last night,
Yes.
if I remember right. So, did it get kind of busy once the game was finished?
Yeah, dude.
And
No,
people were running around?
they all come down on the light rail.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so majority of the people that
So they're
do-
leaving on the other side of the stadium.
Yeah, they're already just chilling, posted.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. You can see a few of the Saturday workers heading into work. So. Okay. All right. Any specific strategy as to what type of clothing you wear in order to be able to deal with the heat?
You prefer long sleeves.
Long sleeves. Okay.
You prefer.
Okay. Which I'm not wearing, so I might suffer today.
Well, you've got that luxury to suffer.
I see.
I don't.
Right.
You
Okay.
have
So
that
it's all
luxury
about
to
minimum.
suffer.
Right, because I get to get off the street and tend to my sunburn.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So long sleeves for sure. Boots in particular are useful just for the kind of terrain you have to cover.
They're just for work.
Okay.
In other words,
gotcha.
dude, I'd rather be loving to have a pair of shoes, but you'd have to have a decent pair of shoes that aren't going to be sitting there getting so hot throughout the concrete.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've had shoes where I've been like walking, and I'm feeling the heat from the concrete.
Right,
like,
through
seeping
your shoes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's just, that's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm wearing just basic sneakers. Am I gonna have issues?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Good. All right.
I'd say you're doing okay,
Okay.
so long as you know, burn through the tread.
Right. Okay.
In other words, like.
We're gonna cover. Yeah. Okay. So, as clothing starts falling apart, do you carry tape or something, or glue, shoe glue or something, to be able to start putting stuff back together? Okay. So eventually
It's just all back to the same shit.
Okay.
Go get new stuff.
Go get new stuff. Okay. And that tends to happen at one of the clothing shelters or something. Go see what they have. Okay. We're right in the flight path for Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, so lots of planes going overhead.
Pretty interesting. And then you hear the train there every morning, and
Oh, there's like a freight train that comes through.
yeah.
Okay.
Every morning. Yeah, I know, it's embarrassing.
No. You cleaned up. That's interesting. So that's you tidy up after you're done and okay.
Stuff to get going.
I guess on some level, if you leave your stuff laying around, it's more obvious that somebody's there.
People that are like walking by.
I gotcha.
I mean, like there are people that are just straight scumbags.
I see.
And I don't want,
You are not a scumbag.
I mean, I am in
course.
my own right mind. My own mind, I am. But not like.
But not the scumbag who leaves his drink containers laying around after he's slept somewhere.
Or nasty ass socks or.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I noticed across the street there were a couple of people who may have a little bit more permanent encampment there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know them?
No.
Okay. Nope, just other folks.
It's just best for me to sit by myself.
I see. Okay. So any kind of like head nod or whatever, or you guys just kind of are totally in your different worlds? Different worlds. Okay. Okay, and we are walking right next to Footprint Center.
I know, look at this. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know. So the breeze comes along and all of these little metal tabs swing a little bit in the breeze.
If it's breeze or if it's just, design.
You think they might be designed to wiggle? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess one big question that I've got to start is why downtown Phoenix?
Why?
You could potentially go anywhere in the world. So
Because downtown Phoenix allows you to sit there and have that luxury of being able to wherever you need to go in the valley.
Okay.
So.
And the valley is just kind of this area, greater Phoenix area.
The valley goes from, in my mind, the valley is all the way in Goodyear, all the way in Gilbert, all the way in wherever, it's all one big piece to me.
Yeah. Kind of the Phoenix metro area is the 5th biggest city in the United States. So. Okay, so we're walking up here towards.
I want to use the bathroom.
Okay, we're headed to the bathroom. I'm good to jaywalk if we need to. So, indeed.
It's not illegal unless you get caught.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not a crime until you get caught. Okay, so heading in here to Fry's, the grocery store. Awesome. I can stand guard if you gotta use the bathroom. Off to a sweaty start already. I'm already feeling it. So this is gonna be an interesting day. Now I am wearing a metric ton of sunblock, so hopefully that helps a bit. I'm also gonna probably need to keep the camera off for whatever strategic periods I can. When I'm shooting in 4K, it gets pretty hot, and so when it is 110 degrees outside, it's going to be a good idea to try and keep the camera off as much as I can. So, kick this back on when Bobby gets back. Okay, so morning constitutional.
Well,
take the piss, wash the face, and then what? So, okay, well, first of all, let's just, it's air conditioned in here, so it feels good.
Yeah. You sit there and take a minute to watch YouTube or something.
I see, okay.
You know,
So,
wake up.
Yes.
It's kind of, you know.
Okay.
So there's really not much opportunity on migrant right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like much opportunity on grabbing some of the food. Like I do have top ramen.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but that would be about it.
Would that generally be a breakfast? Or
Sometimes.
do you generally wait to eat till lunch? Or...
It's not hungry in the morning.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly like now I just woke up thirsty.
Yes.
I think it might have 25 cents.
Okay. And 25 cents will get you a cup of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, yeah, just wake up every day. Try not to get too emotional about it. Curious about the multiple phone thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Just broken.
Okay.
Usable. The battery had fried on one, so it's pretty much a new phone, same phone.
Okay. And do you have a specific phone plan, or are you generally doing Wi-Fi?
I mean, normally I would like to have my own plan, but use Wi-Fi.
Okay, sure.
So.
Awesome. Okay, do you have 25 cents?
I got 14.
14 cents. Okay. We gotta figure out how to get 11 cents. Otherwise, I mean, is there like a drinking fountain that you would...
I did. I got some right there.
Okay.
But it's not very much more.
Right, I see. And so that's kind of the key, is making sure that you can get your temperature lower at the opportune times.
Oh, look at me already.
Yeah.
Woke up.
Yeah, and already sweating. Right. I mean, that's what I was saying. Is like, I mean, I got out of my car and I was already just like, ooh, okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's 9. So, was it generally get hottest around like maybe 3 or 4?
That's usually about the time where it's just really.
Okay, so is there a strategy to like trying to figure out when you're going to be hitting air-conditioned areas, or is it kind of bouncing from AC area to AC area?
There are times where you
Yeah, of course.
there are times where you sit there and you use it as certain times.
Yeah.
Because certain places are more lenient.
Right.
Certain
Okay.
staff members.
I see. So you kind of get to know the places and the people where. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Found a few more pennies for something like 20 cents. 18 cents. Okay. Still need 7. Alright. Just going to see if, I guess, 17 cents will do it for a cup of ice water. Okay. Looks like we're in luck. Boom. Huzzah.
No, it's water for the day.
Water for the day. Okay, so, does this generally go in there? Because,
This is just trash that I ended up being just carrying around.
Gotcha, okay.
I would love to have a soda.
Yes. But that would be a couple of bucks type of thing. Okay. Well, so who are you? Where are you from?
Alaska.
From Alaska. Okay. So that's where you were born in Alaska? Actually, you know what? Let's mic up. And we don't have to get into anything in super detail.
It's no problem. It's just, being in the surrounding area that's...
Oh, I see. Necessarily talking about it here.
Or just with around people.
I'm with you. Well, okay. Generally speaking, we can go wherever and do whatever. But on some level, just getting to know who you are, where you're from, what your story is, I think is a good starting point.
Yeah.
So you were born in Alaska?